Hello and welcome to another episode of First Round Discussion. I'm Ben Gibson and today we're going to be talking about terrestrial TV boxing with ITV4. So, let's get to it. ITV4 is going to be holding terrestrial television boxing. Now, for those of you who don't know what terrestrial television is, that simply means free to air, so one's on Freeview channels. Now, they're not doing any pay-per-views and they've got two very big shows on. They've got one on the 11th of January and also one on the 19th of January. Now, the 19th of January is the one that people are seeing as the more prospect one, the one that they prefer, and that's mostly because it's got Manny Pacquiao taking on Adrian Broner. Now, Manny Pacquiao is an 11-time world champion. He's won the belts in a few divisions now, so he is also the favourite, but he's also a fan favourite. Lots of people like Manny Pacquiao, and I'm sure many of you would have heard of him from when he took on Floyd Mayweather. Now, this fight itself is going to be a really interesting fight, and I will be talking about the fight later on, but what I want to talk about today is kind of what I think boxing on terrestrial TV is going to do and why I think it's actually quite good for the sport. Now, everyone loves a pay-per-view, and pay-per-views bring in lots of money for both fighters and with promoters, but with these fights being across the pond and there's not a lot of British engagement with them unless you're a true boxing fan, which a lot of people may not be, and that's fine. I'd say I'm a boxing fan, I'm a big Manny Pacquiao fan, that's why I would have paid for it. But the fact that it's free is actually really good because I think it's going to give people the chance to open up and to watch more boxing and be more involved in the sport. At the end of the day, we want to get more people involved in this sport. It is a beautiful sport, it is a sweet science, that's why they call it the sweet science of boxing. So I think having a fight especially like this that's going to draw up so much interest, especially when they did the press conferences and Manny Pacquiao had his belt and Broner took off his Gucci belt and was like making it seem like that was a championship belt. That's stuff that people love to see. They've got a good chemistry, they've got a good dynamic, and the fight is hopefully going to be really good. And I think going back to the whole free-to-air side, I think this is something that is really smart on ITV's decision that they managed to partner with PBC and Pox on Sport, because now, not only do they get better with all the sporting that they have, it also gets people involved. At the end of the day, I think that's what people need. And the fact that it's in January, especially after the hype of what was happening with White Chisora and Anthony Joshua coming into the ring, it's just what boxing needs to go one step further. And I can't wait for hopefully it to become a mainstream sport. Now, that's today's episode done. That's a quick little roundup. I've done an article on Fight Post Twitter. You can find them at UFC21, where you can read all about the finer details. But that's all for today. Make sure you join me again next week where I'm going to be discussing a UFC fight. Now, thank you. I've been Ben Gibson. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Fight fans, see you later.